Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'll come back with other confessions. In the meantime, to those that are single and searching, that always come to my inbox, I have developed an application where you will be able to meet up with your potential soulmate. So you can go to your Play Store if you are using an Android, and then you go on your Play Store and you search for Trends a Date. Just follow the instructions on the video and then you register. And after you've registered, you will start to match. If you swipe to the right, it means that you want that person to be your partner. If you swipe to the left, then it means that you do not want that person that will be appearing on your swipe deck. So just go to your Play Store and happy dating, hoping that you will find your soulmate there. The application is free. You do not have to pay anything. You just go and you install, and then you can start chatting with the people that you want, just like you do on WhatsApp. But here you will be looking for the man of your dreams, for the woman of your dreams. There are those brothers of ours who are in America, Canada, and Australia. They always say that they want a woman from Africa. And this is your chance. You can meet up with some other brothers who have migrated, who have gone to Ireland, to Europe, to Canada. You can register, hoping that you will meet the man or the woman of your dreams. Happy Trends are Dating. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received, and the translation of that message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nanshi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I am a woman who stays in a certain location here in South Africa. I am a South African by birth, but my mom, she came from Zim. She was from Bulawayo. My mother, she passed away during COVID. I can say that my mother, she was our rock. She was the one that was holding the family together. After my mother had passed away, that was when my father, he moved to Eastern Cape. So we started just surviving, me and my other siblings. So I'm the eldest. My dad, he already had other kids with his other wife before he had met my mother. And when he met my mother, then he had me and my other siblings. So my father just abandoned us. The house which used to belong to my father, he then sold it off without us even knowing that this was what my father was doing. It came as a surprise to us and the tenants, because there was one day there were people from the bank. They came to view the property. We were shocked when those people came to view the property, because we did not even get any information from my father. He did not communicate with us. He did not tell us why these people were coming to the property. I tried calling my dad several times. He did not want to pick up my calls, and my father was always like that. Even my mom used to complain. My father, he was always like that. He does his own things without even informing anyone. So at that time, when those people were there, the tenants, they were even complaining, because this happened soon after the tenants had paid my dad the money for the rental. Some of them, they had even paid money in advance, so they wanted their refund. My dad was like, later on in the day, just convinced them that I am going to sort them out after the money has reflected in my account. Right now, I have to wait for the money to reflect in my account. So it was a lot of stress that I went through. So after that whole saga had happened, I stopped communicating with my father, because it seemed as if he did not want us to communicate with him, because when we would talk to him, he would not respond or do anything. And when he got the money, he did not keep his promises, because he had been telling my young brother that he was going to buy a car for him so that he can join Uber and Bolt Mr. D, and he can start to earn a living. So my young brother had even gone to different dealerships looking for a car, because my dad said you have to look for a second-hand vehicle that is cheap enough, but that will still be in good condition. You can use it maybe for 6 months or 7 months with little even to no maintenance at all. So my brother was so excited. My brother was like, finally, I'm going to start my own little business. I'm going to be okay. But my dad, after he had gotten the money, he divided that money amongst the kids that he had with their first wife, and we did not get anything. It was really painful, in the most painful way, but we just got used to it, and we told ourselves that this was what our dad had decided to do, and there was nothing else that we could do about it. So we pretended as if we did not even have a father at all. Fast forward, I then started dating another man. So this is why I have come here. I started to date this other guy because I just wanted someone that can assist me, since I'm the one that is looking after my own siblings. So this guy that I started dating, he is from another country. This man, I did not even know that he is into rituals. I did not even know about that this man is into rituals. This is what he has told me. The man has told me that he wants me to go with him to his country. I'm even scared to tell you where this man is from. So he told me that there is a ritual, a certain ritual that he wants to do, and he wants to do these rituals so as to assist me. I asked him, like, what kind of a ritual is this going to be like? He told me that it is a ritual whereby I would be able to make money, and I am in need of money. Last month, I did not even have money. I had to cut off my t-shirt when I was on my period. That is how much life has gotten so bad for me. If there is anyone even here who can offer me a job, that is all that your listeners can do for me, apart from giving me advice. I need a job. I don't care what kind of a job it is. Otherwise, I am going with this man to his country, and I'm going to sacrifice my daughter. He told me plainly, he said that there are some times when you do not need to hide the fact that you are going to be performing some rituals in Zim. He said that when I go with him to Zim, it is going to be something that I have to do to perform these money-making rituals. I have to sacrifice my daughter. I asked him, are we going with my daughter to your country? He then said, no, we are not going with my daughter to my country, but what is going to happen is that you and I will go alone, but you have to carry what belongs to your daughter. I even still have the baby wear that I used when my daughter was born. So he was like, this is more than perfect. If you still have that, this is more than perfect. So, Brother Nashi, I am here. If there is anyone who can offer me any kind of help, like any kind of financial help, if there is anyone that can offer me a job, anything, like now, I just want anything, any kind of help, it will be so much appreciated. This is what I want. If there is anyone that can assist me, I'll be so grateful. When you post my story, please tell me. I'll be following through in the comment section. Should I go and sacrifice my daughter? Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Let us try to speak with our dear sister in the comment section. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. Then there is another message that was sent to me. The message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my story as anonymous? I am a South African woman, and I have come here because I want to share with you some of the things that we used to do at this other crash that I used to work at. And I just want to encourage people to pray, because you might be a Christian, but do you know that there are other people, it seems as if they have a mission from the devil? These are some of the things that we used to do at that crash. So I got a job through this other cousin sister of mine. After I had gotten that job, then I started to work at that crash. This crash, it was owned by two people. There was a black woman and then there was a white woman. Those were the people that owned that crash. As time went on, I started to understand that they are not letting the kids to accept other kids as such. It is like a hidden way for them to say that we want you kids to accept everyone. And if you accept this person, it means that you are a good child. But if you do not accept such a person, then it means that you are evil-hearted. Those were the things that they used to tell us to say to these little kids. And they were just little kids, even from 1 year up to 3-4 years. We were telling them that if you do not accept this certain type of a person, then it means that you are evil-hearted. Even the books that we used to read out to them, like fairy tales, when I was doing this, I started to ask myself, these things that we are doing, are we not training the kids to desire to be like this? So I was given a book the first time when I was given a task. So it was a fairy tale. It was a fairy tale about a boy, a young boy who was born as a boy, obviously, but him being born as a boy, he started to feel that he's not a boy, and he will go for surgery where he will be transformed and he will become a woman. So it was a strange story, something that I had never came across. It is not even in our culture. And we were told that we had to read those stories to the little ones and to show them the pictures. Everyone had their own little fairy tale book, open page, what. So the whole transformation from that boy being a boy until she was a girl, not just a girl, until she was a big girl, she got married and she had kids. And I was like, what exactly are we telling the kids right now? Because these little boys, like, the more that we read these stories to them, the more that they started to want to be that little boy, whom I'll just call David. They were even talking about David, how David was looking like a princess, and they did not want to be like Samuel. Samuel in the book was the other little boy who did not want to accept that David was now a woman. So in the book, they ended up painting Samuel as if he was the devil, because he even had horns, because he did not want to accept that. So these are some of the things that I saw at that crash. When I left, each and every day when I would go back home, I would ask myself, what exactly are we doing? We are teaching these kids to be desiring to become women, the boys to be like women and the girls to be like men. Like, it was so confusing to me, even as a teacher. I finally left that crash because some of the things that we were teaching the kids, I did not even enjoy them. So this is my own confession. I don't know if it is okay for you to post it, but those are the things that I think are happening in different crashes. So I think that as parents, you just need to investigate and to understand what kind of things that they are teaching to your kids, because some of them, the boys, they would end up crying, saying that they want to wear a dress. And we had these little tiny princess dresses that we used to give to these little boys that would be inspired by the story, that would want to look like little girls. It was something like I did not even imagine in my life. So I stopped working there. This crash, it is in Joburg. You just need to pray and to investigate if it is something that you do not want to happen to your kids. I think as a parent, you are supposed to be asked first by the school before they start to teach your child something like that. I don't know, but that is what I think. South Africa, you need to understand that these things are happening in your country. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to us by one of our sister. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. Let us try to speak with our dear sister in the comment section. She's saying that they used to teach kids, especially boys, to make them want to become like girls. Let us try to speak with our dear sister and to talk about this in the comment section. Then there is another message that was sent to me by one of our dear brother. The message that was sent to me, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nanshi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I know that a lot of you are going to say that you are a witch, but I did this because of the pain that I felt. I came to South Africa through missionary work, and missionary work, it is just a code name. if you are a Nigerian, if you want to migrate out of Nigeria, if you want to go to another country, you go through as a missionary, then you start to do the work of the Lord. As time goes on, you can just overstay your visa. That is the truth. What brought me to South Africa is the opportunities. I wanted to become something, to do something with my own life. When I came here, I then got married in the church. Even the pastors, they knew. They were the ones that suggested this when my visa was about to expire, but I still had a little bit of time. Back in those days, they will give you even a year when you would come to South Africa on that visa. So at church, then the pastors then said, this man, we do not want him to go to Nigeria, because we were doing this mission overreach where we would go into different villages and we were bringing a lot of people into the church, and they saw that I was able to work and I was able to bring the people in church. So the South African pastors, they did not want to let go of me. They wanted me to remain in South Africa. So they suggested that I find a woman in church. There was this other very beautiful woman. She was a single mother. And they suggested that since she was a single mother and she was not married, if we could talk to each other, if we could understand each other, like it was an organized marriage, maybe I should have understood that. Now that I'm talking about it, I think that I did something that was evil to a woman that never loved me anyway in the first place. So it was an organized marriage. We had to sit down with the pastors, and that woman was called. I was there. Then we had a discussion, and she told me plainly in front of the pastor that it was going to take time for her, because to date a man that was not from her tribe, because she was a Zulu speaking woman, she said that since you are not someone from my tribe, it will take time for me to get used to this. If you were from another tribe in South Africa, maybe I would try, but you are from another country. But if this is what God wants us to do, then I accept. So we started dating. We dated and everything was rushed. Even the whole marriage, it was rushed. When we left the pastor's house, the pastors themselves, they even encouraged me to sleep with her as soon as possible so that she won't have a change of heart. The pastor was like, a woman, once she sleeps with a man, she will feel that she has to continue dating that man. So I convinced that woman to go with me to my apartment, and we went and we slept together. After we had slept together, we started staying together. I was being given money by the church. She was working as well. So she saw that the both of us, the salary that we got, me from the church and from her company, we could do something with our lives, and we started staying together. We got married in that very same month. We got married and we started the whole application, and she fell pregnant for me in that very same year. So as time went on, as a business-minded person, I then started to think about other things that I wanted to do, because when you are from outside of a country right now, if a South African goes to Nigeria, that South African person will start to see other opportunities that Nigerians do not even know exist in their country. That is how things are. When you are from another country, when you go into another country, you see the opportunities that a local person will never see. So I started to think about other things, the way that we could make money. Then my wife suggested that we start a business. It was a kitchen, those mobile kitchen services, and we used to go to different gatherings and we would sell. My wife then said that she wanted us to have a franchise. A lot of money was needed. I trusted her. I wanted this woman to see that dating someone from outside of the country, it is something that can bring good things into your life. So I made her to be in control of all the finances. I don't know where things got really wrong. When you start to make money, sometimes you fight with your wife. The only problem with my wife that I had with him was that she was someone who did not like me that much. We had money, but you could see, even if we were in bed, like she was never comfortable, and there were things that I wanted to do with my wife that I was unable to do with my wife. So this forced me into cheating on my wife, I slept with a cousin, and that is what broke the camel's back when she found out that I had been sleeping with a cousin sister. And after she had broken up with me, she wanted to hurt me. She took everything away from me. The only thing that I could do was to return back to Nigeria. I then spoke with this other priestess who told me to be cheerful and to be of good heart and to return to South Africa and to buy a coffin. I bought a coffin for my wife before she had even started to get sick. I bought the coffin for her, and I even made plans where she was supposed to be buried. This I did with her cousin sister, whom I am staying with right now. So the cousin sister was the one that assisted me, because she spoke with her little sister who used to go with the poison and to put the poison in her tea. She started staying with the cousin sister's little sister, and she was the one that was cooking the food, and she would put poison until she passed away. She died. She had liver cancer when she passed away. So this is what I did to my late wife. It makes me to feel so bad knowing that I did this. I have a child with my late wife's cousin sister. I don't know, can I be said to be someone that is cruel or evil-hearted? But this woman, she failed to accept me. I tried everything. I made her to be the one that was in control of the finances, but when I would touch her, she will tell me that she does not feel it. She's not feeling me. I don't know, maybe you can tell me if I was wrong. What was I supposed to do in that situation? Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear brother. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. Hey, let us try to speak with him in the comment section.